Hello, traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Thursday, April 28th, 2016. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Pattaya, Thailand. Absolutely beautiful day outside, bright blue sunny skies, white sandy beaches, and getting hot. As currently it is 7:40 a.m. in Thailand, and it would be 20:40 hours on Wall Street. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL Excellence in Trading. Please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, like I said, great to be with you. I have a lot to talk about today. A lot of data came out. A lot of stuff has happened in the last, I'd say 18 hours as the FOMC spoke, Japan spoke, Royal Bank of New Zealand spoke. Lots going on. So let's get started. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilday, and I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I will tell you that I do record this during the Asia session. So if you're looking at this at London, just go back about 10 or 12 candles and you can see where I started my presentation. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006 after watching an infomercial all night long and went to a seminar about Forex trading, and I was hooked from that point on. So I've been trading since 2006. 2008, I retired from a wonderful 27-year career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, 9 days later, I came to Thailand for a 3-month holiday. And, traders, I'm in my 9th year, and I'm still here in Thailand. Love living here. Love the Asian people. Love the food. And I love the trading hours. The time zone is really great. Up early in the morning for Asia, afternoon is London, evening, night, really night is 20-30 hours is the opening of Wall Street in Thailand, and trade 2 hours in New York, and I still get a good night's rest. And no, I don't sit in front of my computers all that time, my friends. That's why we have iPads and iPhones, right? Modern technology. But I do enter my trades at my office computers because I look at a lot of things before I enter my trade. And that's what we're here to talk about, right? Trade plans. So the way I trade is I listen to fundamentals. I listen to fundamentals all day long. I pay extra for a news feed that not only talks all day long, but also gives me summaries at the middle of each trading session. So if I need to go back and look at something, I can get that data very quickly. I listen to fundamentals, and I don't trade the news. I do not trade numbers. In other words, the Aussie, you remember yesterday we had the Aussie data come out, and it was bad data, and the Aussie dumped 80 pips in that, and then just continued on for the rest of the day. The continuation continued. And I was saying to myself, I should enter this trade, and I didn't do it. And I really kicked myself because I knew that was going to continue, and it did. And I'll show you that chart when we get started. So that's just an example. But I'm a technician. I really love trading charts. I love analyzing charts, price action, candlestick patterns. Candlestick patterns tell you the story, right? Price action tells you the story. And price structure, price failure, support, resistance. I use Fibonacci a lot in my trading. And all these tools you put together and you come up with an analysis, and then you make a trade plan, and then you trade your plan. And that's how I trade. I'm a pullback trader. I like to move to the start, give us a pullback, and that's where I like to get in. So like somebody said, well, what kind of trader are you? I'm a pullback trader. I like to pull back and then enter the trade, right? Try to get the best price. Always remember, we sell at resistance and we buy at support. All right, that's enough about me. Let's talk about the legal stuff. Get that out of the way. This is our risk disclaimer. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex markets. Most importantly, traders, please do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Remember, the name of this game is capital preservation. Live to trade for tomorrow. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's do it. News and commentary. Let's see how the markets closed yesterday. The Dow 30 was up 0.28%. The S&P 500 was up 0.16%, with the Nasdaq down for the third day in a row at negative 0.51%. And the small cap 2000 was positive 0.24%. Let's jump on over here to the Eurozone. Looks like a lot of green to me. The DAX closed positive 0.39%. The FTSE 100 was also positive 0.56%. The CAC 40 out of Paris was also positive 0.58%. And the Eurostoxx 50 was positive 0.20%. All right, traders, let's head over to Asia. Now, some of these countries are open, some are closed. Wow. Is there a holiday today? Well, I don't see anything. The Nikkei 225 closed yesterday at positive 1.06%. The S&P ASX out of Australia is positive 0.49%. The China 850 out of Shanghai is negative 0.42%. The Hang Seng out of Hong Kong closed yesterday negative 0.21%. And the Kospi is absolutely flat across the board out of Seoul. I don't know why. Traders, these markets are opened except for the China 850 and the Hang Seng. The rest of them are open. I don't know why my information is showing that they're not open, but they should be open. And we just had a bunch of data come out of Japan, so we're pretty sure they're open. All right, let's take a look at the calendar today. I didn't see anything that said that anybody was closed today, but let me go and check. No, there is nothing in here. Okay, so if we start really since Wednesday afternoon, we had the FOMC statement, the interest rate decision. There was no change, still staying at 0.5%. The RBNZ, New Zealand monetary policy statement came out at 4 a.m. Thailand time. That would have been 1700 hours on Wall Street. So their interest rate, they kept unchanged as we expected. A lot of data came out today out of Japan. I think there's a couple of big ones. The national core CPI was a bad number, came out at negative 0.3. They're expecting negative 0.2. Household spending was up. They were expecting negative 0.3 and it came out at 0.5. Pretty big change in that. However, household spending year on year was bad. Consensus was negative 4.2 and it came out negative 5.3. So a lot of stuff out of Japan today. Retail sales came in good. It came in at negative 1.1. They were expecting negative 1.5. I know I'm giving you a lot of data in a quick amount of time, but that is what is going on. Folks, later in the Asia session, we have the interest rate decision out of the Bank of Japan, and we have the BOJ monetary policy statement. And then 2 hours after that, we have the BOJ outlook report. A lot of stuff coming out of Japan today, and it's going to be pretty hard keeping up with it. However, 30 minutes before the London Open, we have the BOJ press conference. That, to me, is going to be the big one. The BOJ outlook report and the press conference. I'm more interested in the press conference. I'm sure we'll get BOJ Governor Kuroda speaking, and that's what's going on there. These are high-impact news events. We have a lot of medium-impact news events. However, in the Eurozone, we have German unemployment change comes out today, 55 minutes after the London Open. So we do have a high-impact news event there. And, you know, as we look through the rest of the day, the only thing we have in the U.S. that is something we need to watch is GDP quarter-on-quarter for quarter one. Consensus is 0.7. Previous was 1.4. So they downticked that. And we'll have to keep an eye on that. And that comes out an hour before the U.S. stock market opens. And that's about it. And natural gas storage comes out today, but that's low impact. I don't think we'll see anything big there. So that's what's going on with our markets. And okay, my data did correct itself, and I am showing that all the markets are open, except for the two that I told you. So that's good. It updated, and we are okay. I gave you the right numbers. Everything's correct. All right, good stuff. So that's what's going on with our indices and our numbers today. Commentary is, listen, there's some weird action in these charts today, and we just have to really stay on top of what's going on. So the way we're going to do that is we're going to, just look at these charts, and we're going to trade what's in front of us. And that's the important thing, was that we trade what's in front of us. with a little bit of fundamentals and some technical analysis, we're going to come up with a trade plan. And the first one we're going to look at is the euro dollar. Now, I do not necessarily agree with this trade plan, by the way. My position is I'd rather sell the euro dollar than buy the euro dollar. However, if you take a look, I put a channel in here, and this is an up trick channel, right? It's an uptick channel, and this looks to be heading to the upside. You can see the big spiked candle there. That was FOMC. So, the FOMC didn't say anything new. They took out the wording that they worried about global economics and all this stuff that they put last time, which really upset the market. They took that out of their wording, but basically they were dovish, and they're on track, and we'll see what happens in June. I think that's their next meeting is June. I'm pretty sure it's June, and we'll see where we go from there. And is there going to be an interest rate hike in June? We'll see. Next week is NFP, and we'll see what kind of jobless numbers we have out here. So, now we're at support. We have the 55 EMA. We got the daily pivot point. So we want a bullish candle. We'll get into 1.1325. We'll get out at 1.1358. This is not a lot of pips in this trade here. And I don't like this trade plan, but this is what's in front of us. And, I'm not going to say to you, hey, let's sell here. No, because you got too much support here. You got this trend line, you got a 55, you got a daily pivot point, then you got the 200 right below it. No, we need to sell this at R1, right, at that 1358. But the trade is to take it up to the 1358, and then you can take it back down again. So just keep your eyes peeled to the euro dollar and watch us as the trading day goes on. And we do have that data coming out for Germany, right? Unemployment coming out today. So, all right, pound dollar. I'm bearish in the pound. I've always been bearish in the pound. And we're at a great spot. This is a great trading opportunity. We're below the daily pivot point. It's retested it several times, did not break through it. These candles are really, really wimpy and indecision. So, I'd like to get in this at 1.4534, and we'll get out at the S2 reversal pivot point at 1.4404. So, there's a lot of pips to be made here in the pound dollar. So let's see if we can get this trade moving here. It's moving nicely. I do see the 200 exponential moving average. However, there's not a lot of price action that's going to affect that. So I think we'll get through that. I do expect to bounce on the 200 exponential moving average. However, I'm prepared for that, and my stop will be placed accordingly. So we're in a sell trade on the pound dollar today. Aussie dollar, what a beautiful trade this worked out to be yesterday. I hope somebody caught this because I did not. And you see the big red candle, that was the news date, and see the two blue candles? Well, I was sitting in front of my charts when that next red candle came out. And I said, I need to jump in this. And I did not do it. And I hesitated, and before I knew it was too late, and I basically missed the trade. Because if you would have jumped into it, your stop would have been right above the 38.2, which would have been a minimal stop loss, and you small drawdown, and you would have been fine. So anyhow, I hope somebody caught this. This trade worked out perfect yesterday. If you were in it, you should have trailed it after you saw how good price action was moving, and just let this thing come all the way back down. Today we're looking at selling this at 0.7620. With a pullback up to this daily pivot point in 55 EMA, and we'll get out of the trade at 0.7557. So we're going to ride this train to the downside until proven otherwise, right? So we want to take this down. We want to continue the downside of the Aussie dollar. Here's the Euro Aussie. Not quite sure what happened here. This again was the continuation from that data yesterday and continued up. You can see I put a magenta line there. That's resistance. I don't necessarily like this trade either, folks. To be honest with you, I'm more bearish in the Euro Aussie than I am bullish. However, this is in a bullish mode here, and one thing about this pair is when it gets in its decision to do what it wants to do, it does it. So I'm looking to basically counter trend the daily chart, and we're going to buy this. So wait for a pullback from this 55 exponential moving average, which is the blue line, and then of course you can see right under it's the daily pivot point. So we'll enter this for a long trade at 1.4828. We'll get out at 1.4933. It's a nice 80 pip trade if the trade comes to work. Right now we're in the middle of nowhere, and I would not do anything where price is right now. If it goes back up to resistance, and you get a bearish candlestick formation, there's nothing wrong with selling it, right? But unfortunately, we're not in that position right where we're at now. We're in the middle of both, and we're not in any position to do anything. Okay, let's take a look at the euro yen. Here's another one that I really, I am not bullish in the euro yen. I do not want to buy the euro yen. So you can see I put a resistance line up top there. I want to get in this. I'm looking for a bearish candlestick formation. I like that the last two candles were dojis. To say that the last four candles were indecision candles. So the bulls, I think, are running out of steam, and I think this is going to come back down. So I really want to get in this early, and I'm not waiting for London Open for this. If I get my candlestick formation, I'm just going to enter this, and we'll get out at 125.92, which is the daily pivot point in the 55 EMA. So, this is this is a 50 pip trade if it works, right? So we'll see how we can do this, and but if this continues, give us higher highs and higher lows, there's no trade. If this breaks my resistance line, there's no trade, right? We have to reevaluate everything. So you have to watch price action, watch your candles. Are they decision candles, indecision candles? Is there data connected with it? Watch all that stuff, okay? All right, very interesting pair today, New Zealand dollar. This, I think, is probably the safest trade of the day. And yes, I'm bearish. They had data come out today. They left their rates unchanged, as was expected. And we want to sell this. Why do I want to sell this? Because gaps get filled. 99.5% of the time, gaps get filled. And normally, they get filled pretty quickly. So I want a break of this trend line, which is valid. It's a 3-touch trend line. Let's see if we can get in this at 0.6910. We'll get out at 0.6854, which is the daily pivot. Watch the 200 EMA, which is just below the R1 pivot point, which is that green line, and watch to take that. There's going to be a bounce there, so be prepared for that bounce. Look left of the chart. There's a lot of price action off that 200, so we might get a bounce there. So we should be break even by the time we get to that area. So that's what's going on with the New Zealand dollar. I think that's the best trade of the day for today's New Zealand dollar. We'll see. Keep an eye on it, my friends. Well, traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL Excellence in Trading, I want to thank you for joining me today on a Thursday, April 28th, 2016. Traders, have a great trading day, and always remember to trade smart and not hard. Traders, please come visit our website at fxclearing.com for your trading solutions. Traders, have a great trading day, and we'll catch you in about 24 hours. Take care, traders. Bye-bye now.